See what happens.
All right.
We live? Hey, I think we're live.
All right.
So I believe that we're live. Okay, so this is working. Hey, everybody. This is Nikki Burnett with Taste Life Nutrition. Obviously, we are new at this, and the technology is not our game. We're science geeks, not technology geeks. So, but we're getting it worked out. So here, I'm gonna record this. Okay, so Nikki Burnett, Taste Life Nutrition. My partner in crime here is Gabrielle Grandell. She is, tell them what you are. Because I say my health coach. I want you to say what you are because it's much better than just health coach.
Well, thanks. I'm glad to be here. So my name is Gabrielle Grandell. I am a national board and functional medicine certified health coach, nutritionist as well. My background is actually as a dietitian. And then I'm a certified LEAP therapist, which is stands for lifestyle, eating, and performance, which is centered around food sensitivity testing and programs to help people implement that into their life.
I love that. And so we wanted to do this. We have this partnership because, you know, when I work with clients, part of my program is Gabrielle because she's super smarty pants and she's amazing at what she does. And so the goal is for us to partner with people to help them in whatever it is that they're trying to achieve in their health world, right? And so that really is, it's all parts of life. So it's not just food, you know, so we want to talk about stress reduction. We want to talk about mindset and lifestyle and sleep and movement and all of the things that go into a whole person, right? So we're not just bits and pieces and parts of a person, we're a whole person. We're connected, everything in us is connected, and then everything outside of us we're connected to as well. And so in having us work as partners in helping clients, it also brings more of a holistic approach to what we're trying to do to help clients achieve their goals. And so I'll tell you just real quick what I do, and then I'm going to let Gabrielle talk about how she works with her clients. So I'm a functional nutritionist. And so what does that mean? It just means that I work with people. I look at the entire body. I run labs. Gabrielle does all of this stuff too. So she understands when we're running labs, she looks at the results and she, we talk about the results and we talk about the clients and what needs to happen. But we're looking at the lifestyle and we're looking at lab results and we're looking at symptoms and then the goals and needs of the client. And so when I'm working with clients, we'll work on changing the lab results and, changing the eating habits. And I'll look at some mindset, but my training is not health coaching. My training is, purely nutrition, where Gabrielle's training is health coaching, as well as, the nutrition and the dietetics and all of this stuff. But her love and focus is the health coaching piece of it, which is what makes us such a great team. And so Gabrielle, talk about what you do when you're working with clients.
Yeah, so like you said, I do a lot of the same things with my clients when they come to my practice. We do functional testing and looking at how we can do things in their life to help move those markers in the right direction. So a lot of the same things. But whenever you send people over to me and I'm working as an extender for you, I am trying to help them implement the program that you've put them on. And that might mean that they need help with mindset. It might mean that they need help with understanding the supplements and what they do in the body and how we can get them on a better schedule with taking them. They may need help with their family members or relationships if that is sort of sabotaging their efforts. How can we bring people on board to help them to change their food that they're eating, or to get more active, or to get better sleep? Just kind of strategizing with them and just holding that space for them to put those things into place. And like you said before, there's a lot of things that make up a whole person. And so everybody has different challenges with implementing these things. And so we just work together to try and identify what those things are, what they're ready and willing to do. And it might not be everything all at once. In fact, most of the time it's not, right? And so how can we just focus on the priority and what they're ready to do and just help them get there?
Yeah, it's often baby steps. We have to look at, there are a lot of people who we work with who have a lot of stuff going on. And so, like you said, you have to prioritize and try not to overwhelm because, especially those who have, just multiple issues, it can get overwhelming. And so we want to see results as quickly as possible without freaking out the body or freaking out the mind.
Yeah, right. Then we won't be successful, right?
Right. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. And so, that's the goal, is to make the changes as the client needs. So, whatever they need and however fast or slow they can go is kind of what we do. So everything is geared around the individual. So whether it's the protocol or, how quickly or slowly, or the amount of supplements, or, even what their body can handle, because if they've got, multiple comorbidities, then the body just might be too sensitive to do a whole lot of things. And so you have to start out slow, but that's part of what we do, is understanding what that looks like as best as we can, and working with them, that person from where they are.
Yeah. Trying to so I spend some time, you spend a lot of time explaining the biochemistry and explaining why we need to do these labs and what these labs mean for them, why you're recommending this specific, food plan or nutrients. And then I'm taking the time to make sure that they, understand what it is that you're wanting them to do. And then trying to help them identify why they came to you in the first place, why they want to do this stuff. And, and then trying to kind of, work with their strengths, right? Pull out where they do excel in their life. What traits do they have, in other areas of their life that they've been successful, and how can we kind of draw that into this program? And that helps them to feel encouraged and empowered. And then we move from there, right?
Yeah.
We see a lot of wins that way.
Yeah. And I think that's key, empowering them, because I think that so often they come to us feeling like they're not empowered and kind of defeated, which stinks. And that's not everybody. I think we both work with people who just want to understand general health and wellness issues, or lose a little weight, but it's some kind of basic stuff. But it can be health issues, no matter what they are, can be defeating and can feel defeating. And so that's why you do such a great job, because you're so well-rounded, but that's your goal, is to pull out the positive and help them feel empowered, and knowing that just coming to us is empowering.
For sure.
They've come to a place where they have figured out they need the help. And even if they've gone multiple places, our goal is to dig as deeply as possible to help understand what's going on, find the root cause, and help them to understand that, once we are able to kind of start helping the body balance and eliminate whatever that root cause is, then all the other stuff, if there are, lots of things going on, oftentimes those are going to balance out. The body's going to be able to do its job. And that's always the goal, is to get to the bottom of it, not, hit everything all at one time, but get to the very bottom as best as we can, and then work its way up, and the body starts to do its own thing, and we can allow that to happen. It's fun stuff.
Yeah, I'm glad you brought that up, because, a lot of people don't recognize what functional medicine is, and how, I think you're right. I mean, there's a small portion of folks that come to us that are looking for prevention and are proactive and that kind of thing. But I think you would agree that the bulk of who we see are people that haven't kind of got where they needed to go through allopathic or traditional medicine.
Yeah.
And so we're trying to dig and figure out, okay, functional medicine is, they say, right, the medicine of why, instead of just the medicine of what, right? So not just finding a symptom and matching it to a drug or cutting out something that doesn't work, but figuring out why it doesn't work. Because to your point, the body is always trying to work for homeostasis and balance, always trying to do the best for us. If we can just give it what it needs and take out what it doesn't, it really can thrive. And, so people can wrap their head around, I probably need to eat better and that kind of thing, or I need to move more, but what's stopping them from doing that, And so that's where we dig in. Yeah.
I think an important thing to keep in mind too is we work a lot with supplements, but we want to not keep people on a ton of supplements, because supplements can sometimes work as a mask as well. We take anti-inflammatories, whether it's a supplement or whether it's Advil. If we're not finding what's creating the inflammation, we're even taking a turmeric supplement or a curcumin supplement, is probably just masking the issue. It's not truly helping. Now it's a great anti-inflammatory. I mean, I love curcumin and, but yeah, we still have to understand what the problem is, and then whatever it is, then the body won't need to have or create that inflammatory response.
Yeah, it's exactly. I mean, I think that they can be, a good adjunct to looking at your food that you're eating. What are you putting in your body, right? What's the quality of your air and your food and your water and your relationships, and what are you listening to, and all of that stuff. But so, yeah, I agree. We don't keep people on things for a long time. And some things we do, right? There are some things that I think that the body needs, because and unfortunately, if the food supply was what it once was, we could get everything from our food, but that's not always the case. But that's always our goal, So.
I think that's a great point. They're in, for both of us, as we work with clients, we work with clients for a period of time, for months at a time, not just one-offs, right? Because the body changes, and we can't make change an hour at a time, right? We are truly there to be partners with the people who we work with. And so supplementation, I think, for many is very important as we're moving through the process. But my goal always is, in the end, to have the minimal amount of supplements. And there probably will be, things like fish oil, because we have way too much omega-6 in our diet. So we need to be able to balance that out. Maybe a good probiotic that we want to switch up periodically, because we don't want the same probiotic all the time. Maybe some good digestive enzymes. It really depends on the person. Maybe a multivitamin and some B complex, right? Because our food is so lacking in nutrients. But as the body changes, we want to be there and be prepared to change with the client's body. And that's why we do it the way that we do it. So we're truly a partner in the health journey, right?
I like to, I've had clients say before, well, if I'm on this medication, I'm taking these pills and I'm trying to get off them, why am I taking this whole now other set of pills? I'm just kind of trading one for the other. But I just try to share with them a couple of things, so medicine is trying to recreate what plants can do naturally, right? And so that's one aspect of it. And we're always trying to do things that have the most profound effects with the least amount of side effects, right? And that's food, that's nutrition. And then while they're trying to change their diet and lifestyle, which is challenging for a lot of reasons, and definitely can be done, and people are successful, and we work with them in that. But while they're doing that, supplements are a surefire way to get your body what it needs in the interim, right? And so
Yeah.
I like to kind of approach it that way.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I think that that's good. And it's smart. And people, people have a hard time taking a bunch of supplements, and, it can be overwhelming at first, because sometimes early on for a month or two, there could be a lot of supplements involved.
Yeah.
But if you get through it, just know that there's an end to it and get through it. And you're starting to feel better. You're starting to know the changes, and then we can start bringing the supplements down. They're really, for the most part, a 2 to 3 months, you should start to see some good change. And sometimes sooner, sometimes a little longer, but and then, the supplements can start to come down and switch out, depending on what it is, we might need to start addressing other things. And so then we just switch out the supplements, but understanding that there is an end in sight, that's what I tell people, because I know that there are practitioners who will say, we're doing labs, and then give you a handful of supplements that are $500 a month and say, okay, so you are going to do this now for the rest of your life. Wait, body's a little bit dynamic. I'm not really sure that that's what you need for the rest of your life. And that gets frustrating and overwhelming, and I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't want to spend the money, for one, because it's already expensive enough, but I don't want to take a handful of pills for my whole life. I want there to be change, and I want to do my best to get food, to get nutrition through food, and not a bunch of pills. So food is the best, and it's yummy.
Right. Yeah, exactly. But I totally agree. And then that's, I spend a lot of time with people on that as they're trying to, kind of undo some habits that they have in place, and, open up their palate a little bit, and teaching them that a lot of people have this misconception that, healthy food doesn't taste good, and, they don't know how to cook, or they're not going to take the time to make something, and that kind of thing.
Yeah.
And so working with them to help them to see and empower them, like we talked about, that they can do these things. And I think the cool thing about nutrition and health is it's not black and white, right? It's not all in or nothing, right? Every time you choose to, have some water instead of soda, or you choose to have a little extra vegetables in your plate, that's a good choice. That's going to help you get where you want to go. So it doesn't have to be overwhelming and all at once.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. No, that's great. Anything else we should talk about?
I think that we just want to share that we're going to do this on the first Friday of each month is the plan.
Functional Friday, first month, first Friday of the month.
Yeah, so it'll be the same time. It's 12 o'clock Central Time, 11 o'clock Mountain Time. And we'd love to hear from you if you have some topics that you would like for us to cover. And, our goal is just to share kind of who we are and how we work together, how we can help support you. And then, from here, we're just going to talk about things that are interesting to us, and things that we've had clients have questions about, in the past. But if you have anything you'd love for us to talk about, we'd like to hear from you.
Yeah. And I think something that I want to point out is usually on Facebook Live, we're able to see when people when they have questions, or, the thumbs up and the hearts and all of that stuff. On Zoom and doing the Facebook Lives this way, that stuff doesn't come through.
Yeah.
So we want you, I wish it did. And I'm hoping that maybe one day it will. Technology is changing all the time, but this is what I'm seeing. So if you have questions, if you have comments, you can go to either of our Facebook pages and ask us if you have, ideas, thoughts, needs, whatever that is. You can go to our websites as well. You can go to our Facebook. I don't know. I assume you do Instagram. So I kind of stink at that stuff, but I'm working on it. So, but yeah, there are lots of ways to get hold of us and ask or suggest or whatever. So we're around. We really just want to have fun with this and do this for the fun, for the education, for the fun. I don't know. I mean, it's fun to us. I hope it's fun for anybody else. To be nerds. So yeah, I think I think that's it. Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, so let us know what we can do if there's anything that you need. And I think that's it. Yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
All right. Perfect.
All right,
Thanks,
everybody.
everybody.
Have a good Friday. Have a good weekend.
Bye.
Bye-bye.